Hey everybody, Beyondrew TV here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Riverside Splash Park. So yeah, today is going to go ahead and be the last show off, the last build, quote unquote, on the build part video on my end, as yeah, I have kind of reached what I wanted to do with Riverside Splash Park, and I'm so happy with how our little generic Midwest kind of water park turned out. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the last section today, but as I've mentioned in all of the videos, there is a code, the download code for this park in the description and probably in the pinned comment. I do have little expansion paths going off every which way for you to go ahead and download the park and expand it off from here. Keep it a water park, make it transition it into maybe a theme park, water park combo, but yeah, no, go ahead and take it from here. And I'd love to see what you all do. But before we get over to that, let's go ahead and I got to show you the last section that I did here, and that's going to go ahead and be the I'm kind of calling it the comment section area of the park, basically. So we had this huge plot of land behind our wave pool. That is where we are here, just outside the Waves of Fun wave pool. And yeah, we had this huge section back here, so I went ahead and I looked at all of the videos for Riverside Splash Park and kind of compiled what were the most requested slides and most requested items for the park before we finished everything out. And the big ones were, wanted to see more of the raft type slides, because those raft slides, they have the coolest kind of special transitions and special pieces that you can obviously see in the background here. And then the bowl slides, those were really big. Everyone wanted to see the bowl slide finishes. And then of course the really fast slides, the drop track fast slide. So I think we got pretty much all of those in here. So yeah, again, I'm labeling this the comment section area of the park, basically. So great recommendations, because this area turned out really cool. It's definitely the what we would label the newest area of the park, right? The not just in the build style, but also in the timeline of the park. This would definitely be the newest addition and probably the most expensive addition to the park, and I tried to kind of get that across, especially in the ground textures, especially up front here. Try to get a bit more landscaping, a bit more manicuring to like rocks and gravel and stuff like that, not just straight up grass everywhere. We got these little palm trees that, you know, you can kind of see the rope that I put on the bottom to kind of represent like, hey, these are new, they still need to kind of attach into the ground and everything. You see those a lot when there's new plantings, right? So, but yeah, brought over some of our snack shack, our information booth for the Splash Emporium. Yeah, thanks so much, by the way, everyone, for the comments on the Splash Emporium. I didn't even know that building existed. So yeah, shows how much I've researched the facilities and everything like that, except for the building menus. But yeah, no, that went ahead, and I'll show it off before we leave here. The lazy river is full of people riding on tubes and all those kind of fun stuff. So but yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at all of the slides that we have here. We made a total of what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new slides here. And the first one I went ahead and did was this almost supposed to be like racing. Again, another yeah, synchronized racing one. Again, you can't synchronize the slides, or I don't know if we can synchronize any rides right now to race in game. But anyways, yeah, these are mirror images of each other, and I thought it turned out really cool. And of course, we have the finish down there with the bowls and everything, the toilet bowls, right? So these are 2 body slides as well, just to point that out. So yeah, no, I really like how these turned out. And unfortunately, in this area, no one's riding any slides. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden I had people riding slides all over the park, and then this area got built and everyone decided, nope, I don't want to ride any slides. So you might see a few people every once in a while, but yeah, no, you're not going to see anyone riding slides probably. So the next area up is our, oh, I love how this one turned out, is our big Riverside kind of station right here over top of our straight down slide. And yeah, this is a big one. You get these great views as well. Let me see if I can get it here. Here we go. Look at these great views of Splash Blaster, the loop-de-loops off to the right. You kind of get views of our splash pad park off to the left a little bit, the big wave pool there. So yeah, you get these really cool views before you get dropped down of the entire park. Love that. And then on the back side here, kind of another drop down one. I got this reference for these 2 slides from a water park. I'm trying to remember the name off the top of my head, from a water park in the Bahamas. I think it was literally called like Baja or something like that. But anyways, relatively new, and yeah, I took a lot of reference from that. And they had this really cool slide off the backside where it's kind of straight down, but it also curves at the same time. So yeah, no, that was really fun to do that and make this straight down slide complex, right, with the trap doors. I've personally never done the trap door slides before. If you have, sound off in the comments, because I've heard that there's two different styles. That there's ones where you personally can push the button and let it kind of drop you down when you want to. And then I've also heard that there's ones where the slide attendants or the lifeguards, they do it for you, which that would just be a big I need to be the master of my destiny here. But yeah, sound off in the comments about what you think about those straight down ones before. The most I've done is at Blizzard Beach, the straight down slide there, but that's not a trap door. So another thing I wanted to point out, kind of my little nerd bit, is I normally don't dabble in custom supports and everything, but I did this time around. These supports on the turnaround here, basically the A-frame ones, I made myself some custom support. So boom, and it actually does look a lot better than these single supports that you see kind of here on the pink one. You can see I didn't do custom supports here with just the single supports there. Yeah, kind of taking the time to, like I did over here, to actually make supports and actually have them connect. Usually having them connect, Drew, is a good thing. So I'll go back and fix that. Oh, here too. Good job. Anyways, yeah, when they connect, they look really nice. So yeah, I might go back through before uploading this and do some more A-frame supports all around, because yeah, it looks really nice. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the back side here, where we get to the really cool things, right? The really cool slide pieces. So these are both the big raft slides. And again, I know a lot of people were requesting to see the rafts and everything. So real quick, let me switch off the Xbox controller and we'll go test these, because yeah, it's just a big bummer. Like, no one just comes back here and rides them. Like, I have them to $0. I just don't know if there's enough back here for them to care about going back this far. I mean, I say that, but we have a pool over here that people are enjoying. Anyways, that's hopefully the update in December fixes some of this. But yeah, I love how this one turned out. And again, used some references for these. Don't need a lot of references for slides. They're pretty straightforward in my opinion. But yeah, love how this one turned out. This one actually took me a little bit to get going. This kind of half pipe one, because you got to really get some speed. Here they go. You got to really get some speed going on these things for it to be able to do the awkward transition there. And I'm so curious, again, in December for the slide physics update, what all of these slides are gonna do. Y'all gotta hold me accountable. We have to come back into Riverside Splash Park to see if these even work, because I don't even know if we have enough speed or if they're gonna fly off the tracks, because it's obvious right now that these are all on an animation essentially. Like, you can just see the little stutter and everything. It's all on an animation, so it's like it's whatever. But so yeah, this one, I want to call this one shark bait hoo-ha-ha. Like, I think we have to. It's just this big half pipe looking thing here is just, it's with the teeth, it's totally shark bait hoo-ha-ha. So you got the shark bait part right here where they do their little animation there. Look how high it goes, but it totally doesn't have that much speed. That's awesome. Then yeah, finishes in this cool little bowl section, which I wish we had these bowl sections as not just end pieces. This is currently just an end piece for it, but I've seen these where they have these little like shark bit or these fins on top that move into a transition piece and everything. So but anyways, who knows, we'll see what happens in the future, right? So yeah, but I love these two slide complexes, especially if people use them. That would be even better. But I love the elements here of just seeing these really cool, unique elements. I've never done either of these, half pipe or the shark bait or any of the toilet bowl things. So no, I take that back. I have done a toilet bowl one before. That was really interesting. But yeah, sound off in the comments if you've done these really cool elements before. So and then finally, a little bit of lore here, a little bit of story. We do have this random pool over here, kind of looking, just shoved into the corner. So the story here, I do want to put a little bit of a story into the park, is this was like one of the original pools or one of the original areas of Riverside that kind of kicked it all off. And I tried to kind of make that apparent by just the lacklusterness of it. And you can see a lot of cracks forming in the concrete on the side. And it just kind of feels like it's past its time, right? The rest of the park has really moved on. And this is just kind of sitting here in its thing. And what is that? What? Look at some punk kid. It does not. You suck. What the heck? See, that this area of the park needs to get redone. We got graffiti on the wall saying Riverside sucks, but so yeah, that's kind of the story behind this area. Just that it was kind of the original area. Even underneath here, underneath the supports here, we have this kind of random bit of concrete, and basically my stupid little lore story there is that there used to be the original kiddie splash pad area there, but then they ripped it out and moved it across the park for a new upgraded version, and then built all these rides on kind of the original Riverside Splash Park area. So yeah, that's a little bit of the lore, just to kind of explain, hey, why is there a pool over here? And to be honest, I put it over here to try and attract people, and it worked, but they still don't ride the slides. I was trying everything in my power to get people to ride the slides, because I took the thumbnail, think about right here, because it looks so cool. I love this view, but it doesn't look as good without people riding the slide. So, oh well, what are you gonna do? So, but yeah, that is my last contribution to Riverside Splash Park. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed how this all turned out. Again, thanks so much to all the comments, because originally I didn't really have a big plan for the back area of this park, but after reading through all of your awesome comments, I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, well, there's so much more we can do for this last section of the park, right? So yeah, big thank you to everyone for viewing and commenting there. So again, that is my last contribution, at least for right now. Who knows, with certain updates that come, maybe we'll get a splash pad update, or who knows what else, and maybe we'll come back into Riverside and make some things functional that are not functional, or add on to some things if there's a proper DLC that calls for it. But overall, yeah, I am so happy with everyone's views and everyone's reach out and everything, and just compliments on the series and how much y'all have enjoyed it and everything. So yeah, thanks so much everyone for the response to this series. And yeah, I am definitely not done with my somewhat generic water park type series. Namely, first off, we do have one more video for Riverside coming out, where we are going to take a full-on tour and ride every single slide and look at every single thing in this water park. So definitely stay tuned for that. But after that, I would like to go ahead and do another water park that's kind of in the same vein, but a little bit more themed up. I'm looking a lot at the old river country at Disney World. If y'all are familiar with that, that is an old abandoned water park that at Disney World that was a really cool experience. I actually was fortunate enough to visit it when I was very young. I have very few memories, but very fond memories of visiting that when I was very young. So yeah, I would like to do something like that, where it's still kind of a generic water park with really cool slides and everything, but a bit more themed up, a lot more rock work, a lot more of the landscape and foliage kind of weaving its way into the design of the park and everything. So yeah, I think that'll be really fun to go ahead and do something similar to River Country. And if you're not familiar, definitely look it up on YouTube and Google and everything. There are a bunch of fun, great videos out there covering River Country. So again, not a recreation of it, but heavily inspired and taking the vibe of River Country, right? So that is kind of my immediate plans for that. And we also have the Grand States Mid-America coming out. If you haven't seen that, I have posted a few teasers for that. That is going to be my go at a kind of generic Midwest theme park. So the dry park part of this, right? And it's also going to have a water park with it, but it's going to be really fun, where we're starting it in the 1970s. So I want this to be kind of a decade thing, where we start with the park at the beginning of it in the 70s, and we're going to follow each there's going to be a few episodes per decade, and then we'll move through the decades until we reach modern times, essentially, until we reach kind of the 2020s. I almost said the 2010s, but no, it's the 2020s now, isn't it? And yeah, we'll see how the park evolves over time. So I'm currently working on that, and I love this idea. I wanted to do something like this in a Planet game for a long time, with a lot of lore, a lot of history to it and everything. So hopefully y'all dig on that. And again, there will be water parks in that as well. So a lot of fun things coming to the channel. If y'all are sticking around, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like as well. Comment on this video, and stick around. Like I said, we have a lot of fun things coming to the channel. So hey, thanks again everyone. Thanks so much for the response to the series. I really appreciate it. And hey, until the next episode of Riverside, where we'll do a fun little tour and ride all the slides, y'all have a good one.